What is going on, everybody? It is Cheshire Gengar back again with another Blackwing video, and we got 17th place at the Greenville, South Carolina regionals this past weekend, and I could not be happier. Um, we had quite the matchups. Round one, we actually lost to Centurions. Had no idea what to do against that deck. Haven't seen it enough yet, and he main decked Super Poly and opened Super Poly despite me making a board of Dissipator and um Dissipator, Full Armor Master, and two of the Assault Dragons through Imperm Ash. So yeah, I mean, he went Super Poly into Mud Dragon and then full board or full comboed. So yeah, wasn't sure what was going on there. Round two, we beat Exo Sisters. Round three, we beat a Rescue Ace deck. Round four, we ended up having the absolute worst bricks of my life against Labyrinth. Like, I prosperityed twice in the same game and still couldn't see engine. It made no sense. I was drawing all of the one ofs. Like, I was drawing all the absolute wrong cards. I drew Whirlwind, and then I was like, okay, maybe next turn I'll top deck Sudri or something. Nope, top deck Chinook. Like, what am I gonna normal search off a normal summon with Chinook and Whirlwind? It was bad. But then I was 2-2 at the end of that. Thought it was just pretty much over. Wasn't gonna be able to do anything, but I decided to play it out and try to win out, and I won out. So round five was Rescue Ace. We won that one. Round six was a Cyburst Pile. I think it was like Cyburst mixed with Attic Nisters. That was interesting. Won that one. Round seven, I had a no-show. Round eight, I beat Chimera. It was just I don't know if he played the Brandon and just didn't see it or what, but it was Chimera, and it had the Frightfur package in it with the patchwork and the polymerizations and that fusion monster that is a quick effect pop by banishing polymerization at your graveyard. Yeah, it was a pretty interesting control deck. He just basically set up like 7 negations. Um, Other than that, yeah, he tried to beat me with what's it called? Red Resonator's effect to gain life and time, but I baited out everything. Was able to chain block the Nathung burn, so he couldn't negate it with the Mirror Knight or the Coatl. And then he tried to use SP to save himself from a targeted pop on the monster that Red Resonator was trying to pop, or was trying to target. So I was trying to get rid of the target to stop the Red Resonator. He ended up trying to do that instead, so I ended up chaining with Chinook in hand in order to negate the Red Resonator, and he could not do anything. So instead of him gaining life, I burned him for the 800 off Nathung and was able to win that game. And then round 9 was another Rescue Ace. So we went 3-0 against Rescue Ace today. But that's enough of the intro. Yeah, it ended up being 17th place. Shout out to all the people from my local shop, Toon Gaming in Taylor, South Carolina. My best friend Jake. And yeah, we'll get into the profile. It's a little different than most people are used to seeing, but it is my own spin on one of Connect's newest variations of it. It's not the Horus, though. I did pick up my third MCETI at the regional, so I'll be testing out the Horus Blackwings IRL pretty soon here. But we'll start off with the 3 QCR of Simoon. So glad this deck is so shiny now. Only a few more. But yep, Simoon, Sudri. You don't really change the standard ratio very much. Shamal, which sometimes I do end up dropping to 2, just depending on how I'm playing it. Vada at 3, same, just standard. Those 12 are usually pretty standard. And then we play one Zephyros. I actually play one Oster. This came up a lot. If you've seen the Blackwing Facebook group and saw the 17th place list, that's mine. This is it. Oster was very good, especially going second. If I just immediately go into full armor master, I basically am going to be able to destroy my opponent's board pretty easily. So Oster's very good, mostly for his graveyard effect. I love this little pineapple bird. So if you want to burn your opponent, you banish him out of the grave and you put a black feather counter on your Blackwing Dragon for each monster they control. And then you remove it with Black Feather Dragon's effect, drop their monster, burn them. Or you banish him for his other graveyard effect, put a wedge counter on all of your opponent's monsters, then full armor master, take your choice of which of your opponent's monsters you want to use. So what we do, the ways we get this into the grave is either if for whatever reason, if you open Simoon and Sudri and another Blackwing monster to banish, and you don't need to search the Sudri, you search this. Because if for some reason you can't get the Sudri back off of Shamal's effect, you have this as a follow-up normal summon. I came across that problem a couple of times where, like, if they bestial the Sudri when Shamal's trying to target it back to hand, and you don't have a good normal summon to use off of Nathung's normal summon, you're pretty much gonna have half of your combo left. So by searching Oster, or just hard opening Oster, you can normal summon it, and you get its Chain Link 1 and the Whirlwind to search for less than 1300, which what you were already going to search off of Sudri is less than 1300 anyway. So you're not missing out on anything there. The only thing you can't do is search the trap card off of the second normal summon, but what you can do is get an extender, because Oster's on summon effect brings back a level 4 or lower Blackwing from your graveyard. So you can pretty much be able to bring back the Shamal you banished back to the field, and now you've got that level 4 tuner, or you've got 2 level 4s and you can exceed with them. But then also you just have extra level 4s to use with your Simoon and other extra level 6s, or you can just straight up link with them. You can use this and the one it brought back to make SP Little Knight. It came up so much, and I think playing one of this is correct. I did try playing 2 Shamal and 1 Oster, but this time I went ahead and played the full 12 and then just added this in, because I really don't like the current trend of only playing 16 Blackwings. It just feels like the number's too low for a deck that thrives on opening multiple names. But yeah. After that, we have the standard Chinook, Harmattan, Sharnga, and then we're playing 2 Assault Synchrons and a Radian. I'm actually playing the Radian in place of Bestial Dispater, Bestial Soranir. I don't really care about Soranir's ditching ability when it goes to grave. Like, I can send, because you're not playing the beast, so you don't really want to send regained in order to use Lebellion to put beast on field, beast bring back regained. You're not doing that because you're not playing beast, so there wasn't too much of a point to play Soranir other than dumping another copy of Lebellion. But I like Radiant more because he's a better small world bridge when you don't need him, but also when you do unfortunately go second and lose the dice roll, you still can small world to search a kaiju, which will out the Pearly matchup, Uh, you can use this as a small world bridge for pretty much anything, including some of the Bestials. So I do end up liking this a little bit better than the Soraneer. But then we're also playing the 2 Lubellians, and we are playing the 2 Druid Worm, or the 1 Druid Worm and 1 Magnemite. So just the 4 Bestials in the package. I might go 2 Druid Worms, but I really don't feel like the Soraneer was necessary. For the hand traps outside of the Bestials, we've got the Droll and Lockbirds, we've got the 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, and 2 Effect Veilers. This is the same hand trap lineup that Kanak was running, minus the 1 Bestial. I swapped that for the Radiant. I really liked that lineup and the reasons why it works against the current meta, and it pretty much helped. The Droll, either I didn't see it, or when I did see it, it didn't really matter with what my opponent was doing, so it was like a deck that just doesn't care about Droll. So it was just unlucky when I actually did see it. Against the decks that I needed to see it, I just didn't see it. So I'm not quite sure how well the Droll is right now. It may or may not go to the side. For the spells, we've got the 2 Whirlwinds and a Feather Whirlwind. There were times where I missed the second one. I'm gonna find a way to put that second one back in here. It was very missed. Like, if for whatever reason you can't kill them on that, like you don't just win when you make your go first and make your board, or go second and can't OTK them, if this gets popped, your follow-up potential gets cut in half real bad. So I very much do miss the second one of this, because getting the Shamal back hasn't necessarily been a problem. Like, there's been times I still had the Whirlwind on the board and I still had Oster in hand, but I didn't have the Black Feather Whirlwind in order to like keep my combo going. So having the second one of this, I can go Oster, chain 1, chain 2, bring back the Shamal to the field so it can send itself and get the second copy, and then I'd be able to synchro with something else in my hand or whatever. It just gives you more options as you try to play it out. So I definitely want to get a second one of those in here. We're also going to go 3 Prosperities, 3 Small Worlds. These were very clutch, except for that one time against the Labyrinth player where I was just having all of the worst bricks. It was bad. Like, I opened everything that it was in my opening hand was all of this stuff and a Bestial or 2, which, like, it was against Labyrinth, so that's not super helpful. So yeah, it was bad. For some reason, all the Blackwing engines didn't want to be in my hand. And then, of course, I'm playing the Twin Shadow. A lot of people are moving it to the side, but I think we're forgetting that it's also an extension card. If your combo gets stopped, but you still have 2 Blackwings on field, you can activate this from hand and just keep that combo going. But setting it, having Silverwind be able to pop 2 cards, sometimes that alone can win the game. Like, if all they had was if all what's it called, Infernoble opened was Connector and a bunch of equipped spells, you go Twin Shadow, Silverwind, pop the 2 monsters that Connector and the Dolphin, they're dead. So yeah, the double pop comes in really, really handy. But yeah, that's the main deck. That's pretty straightforward. I like it that way. Then we'll also go ahead with the extra deck. The extra deck is pretty straightforward. There's SP Little Knight. Obviously really good. I'm very glad that I have one, but not everyone does, so I understand. I can offer budget options if you want. Y-Strix, that one's pretty good. I like it because it helps me play through Shifter when other people are playing it, And also, as you saw, I have it in the side, so it helps play through Shifter. It helps play through Droll because you start summoning from the deck, so you can still get Shamal out of the deck, and you'll just rework your combo a little bit, but still being able to get that Shamal so you can send it and get your combo back is really helpful sometimes. The Redoer, because sometimes I found myself with 2 level 4s on the field that I didn't necessarily need to synchro with. But then also there's times where Full Armor Master takes control of an opponent's level 4. So I want to just go ahead and use it for something. So I'll either link it for SP Little Knight or I'll make Redoer. And against all these trap heavy decks like Labyrinth and Rescue Ace, this can be grab some pretty good ones off the top. Against Rescue Ace, you're probably gonna grab a spell or a trap, so that's pretty helpful. Then we go Chaos Angel, Dissipator, Barone. Not playing the Excel Stardust Synchro Monster, whatever he is. We're playing 2 of those. Full Armor Master, Tinny, Blackwing Dragon, play 2 of those. Silverwind, Nathung, and Boreas Storm. The whole extra deck performed really well today, or on that day. That was Saturday, so 3-4 days ago. It was very, very helpful. I really enjoyed how well the extra deck did what I wanted it to do. Dissipator put in a lot of work. The 2 Burn Dragons sometimes just won the game outright. Just making both of them won the game outright. And I'm not fully upset about these 2 getting destroyed most of the time, because I will just have the Dissipator or Synchro into Chaos Angel in order to summon something with more attack than 3,000, so I can always bring that back. I wish you could bring back the Black-Winged Assault Dragons, but it's fine. You just got to watch out for people using the Dart Charmer to try to pull out the one you did synchro summon correctly. That's sometimes an issue, but doesn't come up that much. And then we'll go to the side deck. The side deck was pretty good. There's some changes that I would make. We've got triple Dimension Shifter, 2 talents, 2 imperms, 3 evenlies, Lightning Storm and Duster, and the Branded Regained, and then a card that actually won us a duel and I very much find fun to use is Nirvana High Paladin. That's a lot of text on this card. All that matters is that last 3 lines. Yeah. If this card when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can halve your opponent's life points. That is not damage. That is modulation, which would be bypassing the half damage from Prosperity, which is how this won a game, because I'd used Prosperity and I had a lot of damage on board, but taking half of that, they would have survived. But this, run over their monster, deal the battle damage, then their life becomes half of its current value, and then the rest can swing in and clean it up, even if the 3,000s get cut to 15 because of the Prosperity. This also works through Dark Ruler no more, because it's not damage. Your opponent's life points will still become half. And so if I very well might put this in, because going second, if you Dark Ruler no more, and it's easy to make. All it takes is a tuner and a non-tuner synchro monster. It is a level 10. That is literally Vada or Boreas Storm and Blackwinged Dragon, instead of into Dissipator, into this with 3,300, so the Black Feather Whirlwind can bring back a good bit of stuff, and then this just swing, kill something, their life becomes half, the rest of your monsters swing, or that's time in the round. But yeah, there's some tweaks to the extra deck that I do want to make. I think it worked well just because that put in work. Regained was very helpful, especially if you can keep it on field when they go normal summon or special summon, bringing back Druid's Worm in order to keep on making your stuff go and getting that free draw off of stuff getting banished, like triggering it yourself with your Shanga. Very helpful. The Duster and the Lightning Storms were good. For the ratios, like people asked me how I was playing under the Shifter. You basically altered the deck in order to not care about the Shifter as much. So you would you put it in going second. So you would side out the Drolls, which can't be played under Shifter, with the 3 Evenlies, and the Veiler, because they have to go to the grave, you replace them with Imperms. So you're not losing your amount of disruption potential. Like, you take out the Drolls, but they can't draw, gets replaced with they don't have a graveyard. And then you take out the Veilers for the Imperms, and then you would drop, if you need Ash, you can take out Ash, but then you would also take out the 2 Lubellions and one of the Shamals. You take out the 2 Lubellions and the Shamals for the Shifters, the Drolls for the Evenlies, and the Veilers for the Imperms. You do that, and now you are able to still play through Shifter, because you just drop the 1 Shamal, but you still have the Oster to bring stuff back, so you're not super worried about it. And then you would, for the talents, you'd probably take out the Twin Shadow, because you're going second when you decide to put in the Shifter. And if you need the Bestials, then you can keep the Bestials in, but I also will often take out one of the Assault Synchrons, just because I have bricked on it before, and that doesn't feel good. And with the Kaiju in there, you still have an additional Small World Bridge, so taking one of them out isn't necessarily hurting you. But yeah, that's it for the list. You guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to see next. But yeah, this got 17th place. Next up, I'm going to test out the Horus Blackwing stuff. I'm also going to finish putting the Sword Soul deck together, the Dogmatica Ritual deck. I'll showcase a few other people's lists, and I'm going to try to get some deck lists from people at the shop. There was like 8 of us that topped that tournament from the shop, so it was a good day all around. So shout out to Toon Gaming and everybody out there. But yep, that's it for the profile, and I will talk to everyone later. Peace.